I feel like when we talk about Jackie Chan movies, a lot of the descriptions of them are usually, it's the one where he does this.
Yeah.
And like, this sounds like, oh, it's the one with the rope factory.
Yeah. You think,
but then there's the one with the fedora.
Right.
I mean, Jackie Chan is like a hot, like...
He's so handsome.
It's wild how hot he is when you go back and look at his stuff.
Hello and welcome back to Staff Picks, the show where we are curating the selection of a video rental store to be. We are once again in Film Noir Cinema in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, one of the last remaining video rental stores in New York City, and also a functioning movie theater. I'm Patrick Willems, joined again by Staff Picks alumni Jourdain Searles and Jordan Olds, and as always, my co-host Danielle Radford. At the time of this recording, the SAG strike is still ongoing, so in solidarity with all these striking actors, we will only be discussing independent films and movies produced outside of the US. And so, today's topic of conversation is the work of one of the greatest movie stars and directors of all time, Mr. Jackie Chan. But we will only be discussing his Chinese films, so that means no Rush Hour, no The Tuxedo, and absolutely no The Spy Next Door.
Rush Hour 2?
Not Rush Hour 2. Not even 3.
Oh.
The Spy Next Door.
Yeah.
All right, so first off, Jourdain, what you got?
I have Drunken Master, and as it says here on the box, the original Kung Fu comedy. And that's true. It's very funny. It's just Jackie Chan. He's a troublemaker, and then he has to go see this Kung Fu master who drinks a lot of wine and teaches him how to fight and learn discipline.
It's one of his earlier movies.
Yes.
Was this still in the era when he's being positioned as like, is this guy the next Bruce Lee?
Yeah, I mean, this is like from the 70s, I believe.
I think it's like 78?
Yeah, 78.
At that time, it's like him or Jimmy Wang Yu,
Right.
like which is gonna be the next guy.
I feel like, look, I've not seen every single Jackie Chan movie, but I do feel like Drunken Master was kind of like where his thing was really solidifying. Clearly not the next Bruce Lee because like he's so good at the comedy and that is such a major part of it.
Yeah.
Yes, and the character of Drunken Master reverberates beyond that. Even if you look back at like Mortal Kombat, they have a Drunken Master. The Drunken Master, I'm sorry, to most folks in the Western world, that is like not a thing. And that became like a trope in the Western world after this happened.
Would any of us know what drunken boxing is if it were not for the Drunken Master movies?
I literally thought he invented it.
Yeah. I love watching his drunken boxing fight scenes in Drunken Master so much.
The trick is it looks accidental until it happens.
Right.
Like it looks like, oh, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then like boom, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna die.
The version of drunk that he plays is so believable for Jackie Chan, but it also does feel like Bugs Bunny is also drunk.
It does.
On screen. It's a real magic trick. And speaking of magic tricks, let's move on to miracles, because my pick for the Jackie Chan movie is Miracles.
I have not seen this one, and I feel like this is not one of the ones that comes up a lot, so...
This is kind of why I think it is one of his best. It is also probably the weirdest and most unexpected because it is a Jackie Chan 1930s gangster movie.
I mean, the tagline...
He's wearing a little hat.
The tagline says, meet the original gangster.
The original, the OG.
First of all, can we punch in on this? Because that is sexy as shit.
I love this.
Like,
right?
like, come on. Like, that's so hot.
I'm going home tonight after the shoot and watching Miracles.
It is on the Criterion app right now.
Hell yeah.
It's frankly a miracle that you can find it on the Criterion app because this movie has like 3 different titles. It's called like Miracles or like Mrs. Rose and Dr. Sunshine or something else. Like it's crazy. It's really difficult. I heard about this movie and trying to track it down was wild. There's only a VHS of it physically. It also is kind of not what you expect. Like, the plot of the movie is he blank checks his way into becoming the head of an entire, like, mob gang, and then he tries to get them to learn to not be mobsters, and it also turns into we're trying to help this old lady that he likes. The final set piece is him fighting, like, an entire mob by himself in a rope factory, swinging around, everything possible. It's so good, and genuinely, when the emotional scenes hit, it kind of works.
I feel like when we talk about Jackie Chan movies, a lot of the descriptions of them are usually, it's the one where he does this.
Yeah.
And like, this sounds like, oh, it's the one with the rope factory.
Yeah. You'd think, but
Or
then there's...
the one with the fedora.
Right.
I mean, Jackie Chan is like a hot, like...
He's so handsome.
It's wild how hot he is when you go back and look at his stuff.
It also, like, this is him showing how much he loves old Hollywood.
Next up, Danielle, is this you?
I'm a basic bitch. Get ready. Oh, Thank you, Jordan. I chose Rumble in the Bronx.
Oh
Hey.
my god, yeah.
Come on! There's a reason why this is the movie that made most of us fall in love with this man. In an effort to protect his uncle's store, Jackie Chan has to go to the Bronx, the XL Day, and fight a bunch of people from rooftop to rooftop like the Sharks and the Jets, except it's not Sharks and Jets, it's just Jackie Chan beating the shit out of people in real life. Rumble in the Bronx, man.
This was the first Jackie Chan movie I had heard of.
Same.
Yes,
Wait,
same.
does anyone else have the same introduction to this movie that I do? Because I'm seeing it on the spine of that VHS. I think this was distributed by New Line Cinema.
Yep.
In the
Yep.
US. But I think this was when I was a kid, I frequently would rent the 1995 Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh my
Baby,
god,
do not get me started. Dude, that's a whole
Wait,
episode. Do not
I
get
know
me
what you're
started
gonna
on
say.
Mortal
Okay,
Kombat.
here it comes. And so to this day, when I see the New Line Cinema logo, I expect to hear someone shouting Mortal Kombat over it. But on the VHS, the trailers before Mortal Kombat had the trailer for Rumble in the Bronx.
Yes, it did.
Where it was, the trailer, like, narrator was, like, introducing Americans to Jackie Chan. It's like, coming to America, Hong Kong's greatest action star, and he does all his own stunts.
Yes.
The action hero who does all his own stunts.
And I'm just sitting there, like, age, I don't know, 8, watching this being like, what is this? This seems like the coolest thing I've ever seen.
100%. When I watched it at whatever age I was at, it was also the first time I discovered it was because it was in front of the Mortal Kombat trailer.
Yes.
Like, no, that is such a core memory.
So in another episode of this show that may or may not have come out by now, I don't know, I did pick a Jackie Chan movie. I will not say what one. And Danielle, I would not beat yourself up about being a basic bitch for picking Rumble in the Bronx, because I have brought with me today what I think might be the most obvious non-American production Jackie Chan movie, which is Drunken Master 2. We're starting and ending with Drunken Master. Jordan, you mentioned that Miracles has multiple titles. This also has multiple titles. It was released in China as Drunken Master 2. It was released many years later in the US as The Legend of Drunken Master, as if trying to erase the first one. There's not a lot of continuity. I love Drunken Master 1. I feel like Drunken Master 2, which he made, I believe, like 16 years later. This came out in like 94.
Yep.
So this is Jackie Chan at like the height of his powers. And when I say, you know, we think of Jackie Chan movies as the one where he does something, I think this is the one that is often talked about as, oh, this is the one where he falls onto and crawls across the bed of hot coals and catches on fire.
How was the film ever insured? I don't understand.
Well, so the last like 15 minutes of this are, I would put up there as like a contender for the greatest stretch of action ever put on film. It's staggering. Apparently the last 15 minutes took 4 months to shoot. I'm not surprised. There's a lot of fire involved, people catching on fire while fighting. At one point, Jackie's like fighting a bunch of guys on the ground, and one of the bad guys is up on a catwalk just flinging fire down at him and making Jackie catch on fire while he's fighting other guys. I will say, since part of the purpose of this show is to celebrate physical media, let me point out why I think physical media, in the case of this movie, is really important. It is literally impossible to stream this movie or to even rent digitally in its original language. I watched it again yesterday, and I searched, and it is only available in a pretty bad English dub. And this is one of his most famous movies. Which of these do we pick?
Oh, Miracles really has my heart. I like when that dude gets to like have fun being an actor and not just being like he put a lot of time and effort into becoming an action star, but I like getting to watch him do something kind of what we would consider to be against type.
Because Miracles is not an obvious pick, I like the idea of that being the pick, because I would be happy to put any of these.
I wasn't gonna vote for Miracles. I just wanted to prop it up on this show. I want to say, I think Drunken Master 2 is his best movie. Aside from the original ending to this movie, it is one shot, and it kind of takes the wind out of the sails of the whole movie. Like, rewatching Drunken Master 2, I was like, this is the greatest movie ever made. And then the end of the movie is Jackie Chan doing a extremely offensive impression of a disabled person.
Because he drank basically like motor oil or something.
He drinks
to get himself so
industrial-grade
drunk that he like goes Super Saiyan and fights so well.
Which didn't happen in The Master when Joaquin Phoenix did it, so
he didn't rig enough.
Neither of the dudes in the lighthouse.
But then in like the epilogue, they're just like, oh, turns out the alcohol he drank was so strong, it has destroyed his brain. And if the movie ended 10 seconds earlier, it would be a better movie.
So do we? All right. Oh gosh. Oh.
So I was gonna vote for Drunken Master 1 because the Drunken Master fighting is absolutely the coolest thing Jackie Chan brought to the table. Every time I see him do drunken martial arts, it's so fucking cool. With the original Master, him explaining why it works as a fighting style is so awesome, and it makes Drunken Master 2 better.
Yes.
Having seen that. Whereas in Drunken Master 2, he just gets drunk and whips ass, and it's also cool, but not as cool.
It's also,
as
Drunken Master 2, a lot of it is about his dad being like, don't get drunk. And he's like, but I fight so well.
But I have to get drunk.
I have to like just chug a bunch of wine.
Right.
Jourdain, what you thinking?
Well, I've only seen the one that I presented.
That's okay.
But Miracles, he looks hot on the cover, and so I can
Here's what I like about Miracles, a movie I have not seen.
That it's named after the rec center they're trying to save and break into.
Yeah. It's also named after the Kurt Russell hockey movie.
Oh yeah, that's.
Well, no, this would be the sequel to that.
Right.
Miracle $S.
That's Miracle, and this is Miracles.
Right.
What I like about Miracles, I'm thinking about our video store. I'm thinking about the customers.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of a peak era Jackie Chan movie that he directed himself, but that most people haven't seen.
Yep.
Well, and that's kind of why, like, I thinking about a video store, thinking about preserving physical media, especially now that like friggin' all these stores are like, physical media, not for me.
Best Buy, done.
Best Buy, thumbs down. What are you doing?
What are you doing? That's the only thing you do is
I need my steelbooks.
What are we doing? But all of these we can get. We're not going to be able to get this and all of the different versions of it.
You're right. Here's the thing. Also, the original version that is available digitally, there's just no audio. You just watch what happens. I don't know what anyone says to get to that point. It's just silent footage.
Oh, see, the version I watched, subtitles come on, but literally the audio track just cuts out for a full minute.
Yeah.
Do not stream Drunken Master 2.
You can't.
So-
Okay, guys, we have to come to a
that's-
consensus.
That's my consensus. I think I'm in Drunken Master too. If only because it's like, we gotta preserve media that is going to go away, and that will go away if we don't put that up.
That is a very good point.
Rumble in the Bronx, though, I'm just gonna say,
Jordan,
it's
It's amazing. It's a great movie,
amazing.
but you
It's
can
got the
find
one
these.
shot. It's got him jumping off from one building to the other.
It
He
does.
didn't talk about that yet. So he jumps off a building onto another building. It's unbelievable.
It's amazing. But this one, if we don't preserve this actually genuinely, this version will go away.
That's true.
That is actually a very good point.
Yeah.
Okay, I will take my vote. I'll move it from Miracles over to my own pick.
Again, Miracles is on the Criterion app.
Yep.
It's findable now.
Shockingly, Drunken Master
Shockingly.
2 is not. I checked.
No, it's not. It's nowhere. This is one of the only versions. I think aside from the final 10 seconds, it is the best thing he's ever made.
I mean, that's why I picked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. A selection has been made. Check out this really cool VHS case.
Oh man.
So we have chosen Drunken Master 2, a movie which you really will not be able to find in most places, to preserve in our video store. Thank you for watching Staff Picks. We're all happy to see you, and we will catch you next time. Make sure to... I'm gonna do the thing, y'all. I'm gonna tell you to like and subscribe. Subscribe. Like and subscribe. But no, seriously. Thank you for watching. We love y'all. Watch movies. They're good.
Like and subscribe.